All right, and it looks like we're live. Of course, wait for my video to pick up here on my own stream so I can see what's going on. But if you're just hopping in, then welcome. Glad to have you here tonight. And of course, there's not really any lead time with this. I was planning on going live earlier. I was waiting for Joe Biden, the president-elect right now, to go ahead and get done with his speech because he said it was going to be on there at 7. So I waited 7, 7:30, then so on and so on, and now it took him a while to get done talking. So here I am, and I made some more changes again. I already had some stuff set up in here, but I got my Philips Hue lights set up in the background, which you can kind of see them back there a little bit. They're on blue right now, but I can change the colors, and then a little bit more change with the light here and the camera setting and stuff. So really just trying to nail some of this stuff down and get the stream better. So as we do this more often and go forward, it's just an overall better streaming experience. So yes, Kia 2 Technical. Hello. How are you doing tonight? Thanks for stopping by. And anyone who is here, thanks for taking the time to hop in here and hang out tonight. Not quite sure what I want to talk about yet. There's a lot of tech stuff, so I'm sure I'll find something to talk about. I've been playing around with the Xiaomi Mi 10T Pro 5G all day. I took a lot of pictures with it. Some of them good, some of them but overall, I think that it's a pretty decent little device. It's a shame it's not available here mainstream in the United States. Night Tech, hello, what's good, brother? Glad to have you here again tonight. Thanks for stopping by. So yeah, I actually got my Philips Hue stuff set up on here right now that I've been messing around with. But definitely, I think that this looks a lot better than it did day one when I first started trying to do some streaming stuff. And even last week, all my live streams prior to basically a week ago have all been on my MacBook Pro with my Blue Yeti mic. But I've got this other Yeti mic, which is better for like the studio quality sound and talking like this, as opposed to just a normal condenser mic. I'm using my Panasonic Lumix G100. I've got this Elgato light up here, which I'm probably going to have to return just because my network out here is 5 gigahertz, and apparently it only works with 2.4 gigahertz, so I can't connect it and adjust the lighting. It's really, really annoying. You're supposed to be able to change the brightness, the temperature, and all that cool stuff. Like, it's really nice. I can't do anything with it unless I change my network over to 2.4 gigahertz instead of 5. So also, hello there to the Thilen Thanks for stopping by tonight. But just really trying to improve some of this stuff. And for whatever reason, the Stream Deck is not working right either. I had some stuff put on there as well, but maybe y'all can hear this. I don't know. You can tell me if it played a gong sound. But I have some sound effects that are set up on there. And normally I can hear them through my own speakers, but right now I'm not hearing anything. So if y'all heard it, then that's great. At least it's working on that end. I don't know why it seems to be muted on this end. So there's that. Tech with me, yo. Thanks for stopping by tonight. Hopefully you're all having a fantastic Saturday. Not a whole lot of exciting stuff going on here in my world today. So I got up and went outside, cleaned the leaves out of the pool, raked the backyard. I mean, some really, really cool suburban stuff. I did have some Tex-Mex for dinner, though, and that was delicious. I was really in the mood for some chili con queso and some chips and salsa, so I went and I checked that off my bucket list for today. But right now, I'm testing out a couple of things, and I have another couple of things coming down the pipeline. So if you saw on the community tab or on Twitter, anywhere really, yesterday I got it's a new 2025 series TCL TV. It's their QLED TV, 65-inch. It comes in other sizes as well, and I've been really happy with it. I played some Call of Duty Warzone on there yesterday. I watched some TV, watched some of the Dolby illustration stuff, because I've only reviewed one TV before, and that's my Samsung that I have out here in my office that I use routinely. So TCL actually approached me and they're like, hey, you want to review this TV? I'm like, heck yeah, I want to review the TV. So they sent it out, and I have a lot of history with TVs. I just don't review them like I do phones and earbuds and all that other stuff. So it is exciting. Did a lot of initial footage yesterday. Did a lot of the whole some of the unboxing stuff, how to set it up, how to put the legs on and things like that. So it's it's really easy to set up, surprisingly. And what's also nice for being a 65-inch TV, usually there's only one position you can put the legs in, and this one, it's kind of far apart. But with this one, I guess maybe because it's lighter, it's a QLED TV, there's another position you can put them closer so they actually fit on the TV stand in my room. So I like that a lot. Tech for your needs. Nice to see you're working on your live streaming setup. Yeah, so I'm really trying to get a better live stream setup here, and I need to adjust the lighting better. Like this light that's right here, like it's good for illuminating my face like right now, but it's still a little bit, I think, too much. I think there needs to be more area lighting and this be a little bit softer, but with the inability to connect it to where, because you have to control it wirelessly. It connects to an app, but it connects to your computer for the Stream Deck stuff, or Stream whatever, Elgato Stream Hub, and I can't do that. So I'm gonna have to work on that and find a different lighting workaround solution. But yeah, otherwise it's pretty good. I mean, I can turn on my regular light. So whenever I designed this studio out here, I had lots of lighting. I have like 2 recessed canister lightings up here, and I have 4 up there, and then I have my main studio light right here, which is a big like shop light kind of, which makes the illumination a lot better in here. But you know, when the big white light's on like this, then you can't see the LED lights in the back. So it's I'm playing with a lot of things right now, trying to get this set up, trying to improve the overall stream quality, trying to improve on my regular video quality when I do review stuff. If you watch the last 2 videos that I did, it's actually more like up close at a different angle than normally just being able to see everything that's behind me. So trying out some new stuff, trying to find ways to make the content more engaging, trying to find more ways to engage with you guys here, like in this live stream setting, and just see how some of this stuff goes. But always trying to improve things. Actually, I might change the name of the stream here, because I do have one cool thing that I want to talk about, which I'll get to here in just a second. The 7... Sorry, typing. And we'll call this the 7 million views celebration live stream. So if you saw like on the community tab earlier, or if you saw on YouTube or wherever else, I made an announcement a couple hours ago. I actually hit today 34,000 subscribers and also 7 million overall views for the channel, which is like super big. So my channel is just over 3 years old. I started, my very first video was July 1st of 2017, which is whenever I got my Blackberry Mobile Key 1 and did my unboxing video. And it took me 2 years and 4 months to get my first 1 million views. And now I'm just short of 6 million views I've got since January. So by the end of this year, I'll have amassed over 6 million views in 1 year, which is just absolutely mind-blowing crazy to me. So that's a huge thing. And then also today, I also hit 34,000 subscribers. At the beginning of the year, I was at 4,100 subscribers on January 1st. So now I've added, it's basically 6 million views and 30,000 subscribers since January 1st, which is just absolutely mind-blowing to me, because it took me a year and a half to get my first 1,000 subscribers. So there's been a lot of changes, a lot of awesome things that have happened between January and now that's really enabled things to take off. So I've been very fortunate and very lucky, and also the great support from the community and people who follow the channel. So thanks a lot, guys. And I'm going to post this in Twitter real quick. I need to figure out how to get this set up to broadcast on Twitter as well, because when I use StreamYard, it also simultaneously broadcasts through Periscope as well, but I don't have that set up on OBS yet. And since for lack of amount of characters, celebration. So now it's on Twitter. So yeah, so it's been a really big thing, and if a lot of y'all don't know the history of my background when it comes to reviewing stuff, I started reviewing stuff and actually writing reviews for websites. One, it was with the Mobile Nations community. They got bought out by somebody else. I can't remember what they're called now. It may still be Mobile Nations, but the company that owns them is different. And it's, you know, some websites a lot of people may know of in the tech world, and it's Android Central, iMore, Crackberry, and Windows Central. And if you happen to be in those communities, you can go check out in the forums in the community review team section. A lot of them are still there because I wrote like 160 over the course of a couple of years. And if you go into the forum section and you look, it might be under my name, of course, Adam Matlock, or my old username, which was Decaway, DECAWAY, and you can see some of them there. And I did that for over a year before I started actually making videos, and I decided that I wanted to go ahead and start trying to make my own content, which is, you know, how I got to where I am at now. So I was like, you know what, I want to make my own videos, I want to have my own stuff. I actually even have my own website, which I don't really have time to update right now, but once January 1st comes around, and you know, ideally I'm doing this full time, then I'm hoping to start putting some more stuff back on there. But if you ever want to check it out, it's TechOdysseyvenue.com. And let me see, I can type in the chat over here, so you can check it out. TechOdysseyvenue.com, so you can go and check it out. Which has the better camera between the Key 1 and the Key 2? Well, the Key 2 camera is more capable, and I think that in some ways it looks better. See, the thing is, with the Key 1 camera, it does have, you know, like the Pixel camera on there, but it doesn't always look the greatest. I mean, definitely the Key 2 LE cameras, they're not good at all. But I think the pictures overall, I think they turn out better on the Key 2 than they do with the Key 1. But the primary shooter itself, to me, is kind of a toss-up. As the thing is, Pixel has a lot of the computational photography stuff, whereas with, you know, you can make pictures look a whole lot better with the same camera lens or the same sensor, depending on how you use it. So with Pixel and their computational photography stuff, it looks better on the Pixel than it does on the Key 1. But I believe with the Key 1 you can use Gcam. I don't ever use Gcam. I always use the cameras how they are stock, and that's just how I do it. But a lot of people use Gcam and will get a lot better pictures out of cameras, especially like my buddy English Dan Reviews. He uses Gcam a lot, and like on the OnePlus phones have okay cameras, but the problem is not so much that the camera itself doesn't take good pictures, it's the camera interface just doesn't take advantage of the camera and use it well enough. So if you get like the OnePlus 8, OnePlus 7 Pro, OnePlus 8T, and if you use those phones and then you put Gcam on there, the pictures are like night and day. They look so much better. So he's always doing that, and I know a lot of people do. It's just not something that I ever mess around with. And Steve Yvette's there. Hey there, how's the G100 treating you so far? I like it a lot. I have been recording my videos with it exclusively for probably about 2 weeks now. Moving over from my normal camera, which is the Sony A7 II, which is a really good full frame camera. It does 1080p at, I think it's only 30, maybe it does 60 frames per second. I think it does 30. I think it does 60. I always shoot at 30. But having now the G100, I think that it's a solid camera, and a lot of people really, like, from the reviews and some critical opinions of it and stuff. Yeah, a lot of people are saying that it's not all that great, or maybe not as good as the Sony ZV-1. But I'll tell you one of the things, actually two things that are absolutely better on here than on the Sony ZV-1. The Sony ZV-1 is limited on battery life. The batteries on that thing absolutely are terrible. Battery life is insanely bad. Like, I tried shooting like 2 10-minute videos with that thing, and it was like flashing the warning sign on the battery. So battery life is terrible on the ZV-1. You got to replace a lot of those things if you want to use it for any length of time. And then also, when it comes to interchangeable lenses, the Sony ZV-1 is stuck with the whatever lens is on there. And with the G100, you can actually buy different lenses and put them on there. So I got this nice 25 millimeter lens so I can get the nice bokeh effect and all that other stuff. And I may try that out one stream too. Like I said, I'm really trying to improve on this stuff and make things look a lot better. Let me see, Mad Max 636. If you had to choose a specific year to go back just for the tech, which year would it be? That's a hard question because one, like right now, tech, there's so much amazing stuff. Like right now, I've got a video coming out soon. I did my unboxing and first impressions for the Oculus Quest 2. So like a couple years ago, I had the Oculus Rift. I've also got an HP mixed reality headset that I have. That stuff is okay. It's just very limited. One, you got to have the hardware to push it, and you had to have a significant computer and video card to push that stuff. Two, you're limited by the constraints of the wires and all that stuff, the cables. And then they tried to make like the VR headsets where you have to use your screen and all that good stuff. You had to use your phone for the screen for VR, and that to me was just a failing concept. Plus, it's heavy, pulls down on the front of your head. The Quest 2 is so amazing. It's got much higher resolution. It's got good battery life. Like it's really built on the legacy of the Rift and the other stuff that they made. So it's much, much better now. It's like where it needs to move. And like as far as content stuff, a lot of it is very much the same, but the capabilities because of being a standalone unit, the battery life, the higher refresh rates and things like that, and not needing to have a $2,000 computer to run it. That's really cool. But then you also look back at the advent of like Blackberry 10 or Blackberry in its heyday as the iPhone came out. And, there's just so many things have changed since then. I mean, just being able to get on my computer like this and talk to you guys and do all this stuff, it's been, really big. So, there are like iconic moments when you look back at some of this technology and the way that it's progressed now, or maybe not realizing how big it was going to be moving forward versus when it was back then. Looking at things with the litmus test of today, back then, maybe I think a lot of people didn't realize how big some of that stuff was going to be. So, I mean, would I like to go back, or if I could go back to a certain period of time, would I, as opposed to being where we're at now? Probably not, because technology is absolutely amazing right now. But if I were to like go back and I had to, it would probably be back to whenever Blackberry came out with the Blackberry 10. Like, it was a really exciting time. What year was that? 2012 or 2011? 10 launch. I can't remember off the top of my head. January 2013. That's what it was. And so that would be probably when I want to go back, but not January 2013, probably later on in the year when the Blackberry Q10 came out, because I really loved that a lot better than the Z10. And also, they made some improvements by then. But overall, that was a really exciting time. I mean, we had the Samsung Galaxy S3 in 2012. I had that. I traded that in on the jump plan with T-Mobile as soon as the Z10 came out because I was waiting for it. Also, the iPhones back then, there was just a lot of really cool things happening in 2013, tech-wise, that really changed the landscape of what things look like now. And also, there were some really good products for their prime back then. I think if I were to pick one time, I would say 2013, if I had to give you an answer on that. Let me find my stream here. And lots of people in here now. Blackberry 2, I can't update for the September patch. So the September patch, there's some mixed stuff on that, but it may be the July patch. It just registered as September for some other people. So like me, the last patch I had for the Key 2 prior to the September patch was March. So if you have the July update, I think the July update is the same as the September update. Tuna Tech, thanks for stopping by. Digital Slang, thanks for coming in here as well. And I think, if I remember correctly, you've got a live stream coming up later too, so that'd be neat. I'll try and stop by. I tried to stop by earlier because I saw the link that you posted, and then I was like, oh wait, it's not till later. So I'll check that out. Adam Van Noort, any predictions of fellow Adams Unite? Any predictions on the automobilities to give us some info? So I listened to the Barry reporter, Blackberry Brad. He did his podcast the other day and had Peter on there again, and said there would be more information coming up in the near future. But whenever people talk, especially in the business world, who knows that? I don't know. I think probably before the end of the year we may hear something. If not, I would imagine it'll be early next year because like things are going to start leaking out soon. I'm sure they still haven't made like finalized the design yet, but once they finalize the design and some of the more particulars, I'm sure there will be more that comes out. And if you watched the stream the other night, I did talk to the PR people with Onward Mobility again because I'm trying to get Peter back on for another show because I sent him a whole list of questions of things that I wanted to ask. So he's already got a list of things, a list of my demands that I want to ask him. And I think that it's so cool, though. One, that they appreciate and respect the work that I do and my channel enough that, like the CEO of Onward Mobility, I got into making reviews and videos because I wanted to get to the point where BlackBerry actually sent me phones. And I did right before BlackBerry Mobile, hung up their sign and said they were closed. But yeah, I mean, I was so excited. Like when BlackBerry, I finally got through to them. They sent me out the Motion. They sent me out the Key 2, the Key 2 LE. I'd already bought the Key 1 on my own, so they didn't send me that. They did send me the black model subsequently later. But that was like the biggest thing for me. Like I always wanted to review BlackBerry stuff. Like I used to spend hours and hours and hours a day. Like I would hang out in the forums on Crackberry. I was very active in there, watched the podcast, all that stuff. And I've even talked, for those of you who like follow the Crackberry community, like I talk to Blaze periodically, and he's going to come on the show one day, so that's going to be cool too. But yeah, I just think it's the coolest thing. I don't think I'll ever get John Chen on the show, especially since they're not the ones physically making the BlackBerries anymore, since they're a software and security company. I am going to ask though. I did get their PR contact, so I'm going to reach out and talk to them and see if I can work something out. I don't think he's ever going to come on the show, but the fact that Peter from Onward Mobility has come on my show to talk to me, I think that that's super cool. I actually, Tech for Your Needs, you say Kevin from Crackberry down there. I actually met him in person. I went out to CES in January, and I was at an event there, like an after party kind of thing, and I talked to him for like half an hour, 45 minutes. Cool dude. Maybe he'd like to come on and talk. I'll probably be doing more high-level discussions with people once the new BlackBerry gets ready to come out. Because, of course, once they announced the whole Onward Mobility thing, he went on, they did another Crackberry podcast. So I don't know if I could get on his show or I could get on that show or if he wants to come talk to me. But that would be totally cool. Like I would totally love that. Let me see here. A couple things. Talking about the Storm, BlackBerry's first touchscreen. I feel they're kind of behind even with ads. Yeah, I like Crackberry, I do, but it is full of ads and it's like kind of mothballed right now. I think as soon as the new phone gets ready to come out, that will ramp up a lot more. And I may even in some ways contribute some content to that. I have had some talks with them with regard to like the video element because of course I make all these videos. You may see some of my content on there. I mean, I have to talk to them some more, but it was a discussion that was had. Night Tech. I wish BlackBerry 10 would come back. I love BlackBerry 10. I wish there were some way that they could bring it back and make it viable. I think the world needs more operating systems. I mean, we need more divergence from Android and Apple, and that I think was really the best opportunity that we had back then. So likely I don't see it making a comeback. If they could just update the browser and put out a new, like, relatively modern phone for like a couple $100, I would totally use it. But I don't see that happening. William Kingston, do you think leaks, generally speaking, are unintentional by enthusiastic people on the inside or intentional create hype before a launch? So I really think that is maybe both. Of course, sometimes, yes, someone who's not paying attention might accidentally list an Amazon listing, or somebody might accidentally, put something out too soon, or somebody might be on the wrong page and put something out. Those kind of mistakes routinely happen in PR all over the place. So, yes, but do I think that companies like Pixel or Samsung or Apple, Apple doesn't, but like Samsung, I think I've had these conversations with people. I think that Apple legitimately does put some stuff out there to Samsung, I think they try and intentionally put some stuff out there to drive media hype. I mean, I really do. So let me catch up here. Mad Max, still using the Classic. Yes, the Classic is my favorite BlackBerry of all time. I would really love to see a more modern version of that. Adam, so you meant Onward. Sorry, my mistake. What did I answer? Oh, okay. So you think that Onward Mobility is kind of behind the times whenever it comes with the ads and logos and stuff like that? Is that what you're trying to say? And like Digital Sling says down there, yeah, definitely both. I don't think that companies are blind to the fact that leaks drive attention and interest. And I think also by them control leaking things, it puts them more in the driver's seat of the reaction and how things are put out there. So whenever they legitimately drive some interest with that, I think that they do. And I don't think that it's bad. And I don't like a lot of leaks. Like back in the day, I used to follow Crackberry all the time. And it's like, all right, like we just couldn't wait for the next leak to come out. But leaks back then were so docile compared to what they are now. Like it was, all right, it went through the FCC. Okay, these are some of the resolutions we think we might see. These are some of the code names. It was very not like, okay, just spilling the whole beans on what's coming out. So, yeah, I think that, leaks used to be really fun. And now it's like it just ruins everything before it comes out. Like, it's like watching 30 minutes of the movie with all the important parts without all the filler. It's not like trailers. Like a good trailer gets you excited about a movie, but some of the leaks nowadays, they just completely ruin everything to where like when launch comes around, you know exactly what it is. So I used to really enjoy the days of being able to like, okay, I'm excited about this. This is what the name might be, or this is what some of the names might be. This is when we might expect to see it. There was always this shroud of, you could kind of see a little bit, like peek through the veil and see some of it, but at the same time, still be excited on launch day. So I'd like for some of that to come back, and we'll see if that happens. But yeah, I think leaks have really ruined a lot of stuff. Onward Mobility's website, they could do to talk to somebody who could make a more exciting website. I don't know. Like, here's the thing. I don't know what the strategy is with these new BlackBerry devices. Like, is it going to, with BlackBerry, they call it, like with TCL, they call it BlackBerry Mobile. With these guys, are they just going to call it Onward Mobility BlackBerry? Like, that doesn't sound very good. Like, you listen like LG Velvet, LG V60, BlackBerry, even though it was BlackBerry Mobile, people still call them the BlackBerry Motion, the BlackBerry Key 2, things like that. So I don't know if it's still going to be how they're going to work that out. Like saying the Onward Mobility BlackBerry Classic 2, it just doesn't have a real ring to it. Most of the time, these companies have one name. So, I mean, it's weird to me. I don't know how they're going to work the language out, but hopefully they do it in a way that gives us something, exciting to talk about. Yeah, exactly. And, BlackBerry, they have the logo. I don't know what the extent of this licensing agreement is. It's really weird to me. TCL created the brand BlackBerry Mobile underneath their TCL umbrella. TCL was responsible for manufacturing and bringing all this stuff to market. So now we've got Onward Mobility doing the marketing and some of the software stuff. We've got the license from BlackBerry, and then we've also got FIH, which is Foxconn, who is designing and creating this device. So it's like it's a three-way partnership. I don't know if when they create this phone, they're just going to use the BlackBerry logo and call it BlackBerry, but it's made by Onward Mobility. And that's actually one of the things I'm going to talk to Peter about whenever I can get him back on the show again. I'm hoping it's going to happen in the next few weeks because I really want to get some clarification on that. New people showed up in here. Rico Rich. Hey, thanks for stopping by. Tuna Tech, this Clemson versus was it Notre Dame game is wild. Thank goodness for YouTube. This is how I watch both. Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why I really wanted to work on the audio quality. Like, it was very convenient for me to stream back there behind me with my MacBook and my Blue Yeti, but it didn't look or sound the greatest. But see, sound is really important when it comes to live streams because a lot of times I will watch live streams and I may not necessarily be sitting there watching the whole time, but I'll be listening. So that was one of the reasons I got this nicer microphone that I've had, and I've started using this and really trying to get my setup better over here. And of course, I'm sitting in my nice gaming chair as well, as opposed to back there, I'm sitting on the little flat bench stool that I have that's not really comfortable for long term. Also, I'm sitting there hunched over. just you don't see anything cool behind me, just the pictures and stuff. So I think that this is a better overall stream setup, and hopefully it's more enjoyable for you guys as well. And thanks a whole lot for stopping by tonight. I know there's a lot more important things you could be doing on a Saturday, so thanks for being here. I really do appreciate that. And also, if y'all have any feedback on, the way it sounds, the way it looks, any of the changes that I made, I'm actually going to turn the lights back off here because I want to see the lighting some more. So you can look back behind me, and I can actually change this. It's really cool. Like right now it's blue, but I can make it green. You'll be able to see that in a second. So we'll rock with green for right now. But yeah, so I'm just trying to change things up a little bit. And some people are like, "Oh, you need to get this, you need to get that." And I've been doing a lot of fiddle farting around with stuff, trying to get a better experience. All right, so more questions back here. And also, for those of you who are here, if you're not a subscriber, please feel free to hit the subscribe button if you enjoy this. Of course, I'll be doing more live stream stuff as time goes on. Also, hit the like button if you're having a good time and you like the video. And also down there, by this like and subscribe and all that good stuff, I have, the memberships are open for the channel now as well. So you can become a channel member and show support that way. And then super chats are also always available. To answer your question, yes, Jeff, I'm live again. My kids aren't here this weekend, and on Saturdays I take off and I don't review stuff. And my wife, and she's been gone all day doing some modeling thing she was doing, and then went shopping and took her daughter and son, our other two children, with her. So they've been gone all day. So I was like, I went out, I had some Tex-Mex. Anyway, so yeah, I got some Tex-Mex, and then I went and I did like 3 miles. I walked around the block to burn off some of the calories, and I thought, you know what? I want to test out the lights and some of the other things that I've changed here. So hopefully it comes through and it looks good. And thank you, Digital Slang, for becoming a member of the channel. You're the very first member of TechOdyssey, so very cool there. Thank you. And to answer your question, Digital Slang, the mic that I have it's a Yeti mic. Let me see. I always forget the name. It's called the Yeti Caster, Blue Yeti Caster. So from what I know, it's a little bit better than the normal Blue Yeti mic. I mean, they're both condenser mics. They both look the same. But this one, I guess, underneath the hood is a little bit better. It's more expensive. It comes with the little stream arm so you can connect it to your desk and stuff. And I bought a pop filter for it as well. And I'm actually not right up on it. And this is one thing that's important for this microphone. My normal Blue Yeti mic, the closer you get to it, the better it sounds. But if you're farther away, it doesn't sound as good. It picks up more echo and things like that. This one, even though I'm, I don't know, probably a foot or so away here, and I'm not always talking directly to it, it does seem to pick up and sound better. So, I mean, I like it. It's been a worthwhile investment for me, I think. Steve, great video on the Tick Watch. Thank you. Hoping to get one soon. Yeah, so I'm wearing it right now. I totally love this watch. And I love the fact that it is an alternative to Apple Watch. So I have my Apple Watch Series 6, and I like it a lot. But this right here is a really nice alternative, especially for iOS people. And then I'm using it with my Blackberry Key 2, so that's nice as well. Adam, okay, Halo 5 time catch you. Yep, later, Adam. Thanks. Enjoy the time hanging out with the Master Chief, and have a good time. Let me see. 50 State, have you seen the new Energizer phones? I haven't seen the new Energizer phones. I think I heard something about them recently, but I haven't taken a look at them. Tuna Tech, what cam do you use for streaming? I'm using the Panasonic Lumix G100. So I was using the built-in one with my MacBook Pro. And that thing, to me, looks kind of like dirt. So, yeah. As far as trying to do more streaming and things like this camera and hooking it up, and I've got it plugged in with, it's not the Elgato Camlink, but it's an off-brand one that supports up to 1080p, and I've got it plugged in HDMI to USB. So I really like the way that it works, and it looks way better. R.I. Topes, what's my favorite Blackberry? My favorite Blackberry is the Classic. Let me see. Tech for your needs. That's the Yeti mic that comes with software. Yes, it does come with software to enhance your audio or whatever. I'm not actually using it. This is just there is no filtering. There's no RTX audio. I'm not using anything. This is just plugged straight in and connected using as a regular microphone. Android Stud. Hey, what's up, man? Thanks for stopping by. Tuna Tech, better than ZV-1. So there are things on the ZV-1 that are better than on the Lumix G100. One of them being that the ZV-1 does 4K at 60. This one only does 4K at 30. But with the ZV-1, battery life is terrible. Also, it does not have interchangeable lenses. It does have a better autofocus. And this one can, when you're out doing some action stuff or doing some live movement and things, this one can kind of search for focus from what I've heard. I haven't tested it much outside of the still frame setting like when I normally record. So, but this one, definitely better battery life. The interchangeable lenses I think are clutch because it gives you more flexibility. With the ZV-1, it's like, yeah, it's good for regular YouTube stuff, especially for, like you say down there, Tech Free Need product showcase stuff. That stuff is really good, but it stops there with me. This one, I think, gives you more capabilities. Even though, yeah, it's a micro four thirds camera, I think this one just brings more to the table in other areas than just like product showcase and vlogging stuff. And vlogging, you need battery life. It's super important. So if you're trying to vlog and the ZV-1's dead in like 25 minutes, then yeah, I mean you want something with better battery life. I streamed on this for almost an hour and a half the other day, and I routinely make multiple videos on one charge. So this, for me, I think is a better all-around camera, especially in the 1080p department. It does 1080p at 60 frames per second. Most people doing YouTube stuff outside of high-quality things, I don't think that you necessarily need 4K. I'm still not doing 4K. 50 State, would you like it if Blackberry did something crazy like the Passport again? So I'm here for whatever Blackberry makes. Here's the thing with Blackberry. They have never made a keyboard I haven't liked. I want a physical keyboard phone. I want security. I want finally a good camera. So they're talking about having great battery. They're talking about flagship quality specs, especially in the camera department. I trust FIH and also the guys who are making this phone and designing it to give me a good quality keyboard experience. The Passport, I love the whole work wide thing. I love the big square screen. I wasn't the biggest fan of the keyboard. It did get a little bit better with the SE because the original black and white one had kind of a short chin on it, which they elongated with the AT&T version. So I don't know. I would like to see something that looks like the Classic that is wider, not as wide as the Passport, but wider with a little bit taller screen. I don't want the 1:1 aspect ratio. I'm just not a big fan of that, even with the big square aspect ratio on my Fold 2. Like, I prefer something with a little bit more height, but I feel like the Key 1 and the Key 2 had kind of a tall screen. Like, it just was too tall. So I want something a little bit wider than the Classic, but I want something with a little bit taller screen, not quite as big as the Key 2. So we'll see. Yeah, so Jeff, with this one right here, like, I got the dummy battery for it, but I haven't even used it yet because I'm getting over an hour with this. So if I know that comfortably I can sit down and stream with this for an hour, I'm not worried about it. Like with my Sony, yeah, I've got my Sony A7 II, and that sucker definitely would not last me an hour. And like I said, I like the way this looks, but I don't know. I mean, I may give it a whirl and try that one out too and just see what's going on, because the biggest thing, I've got the sound going on here, and I mean, I'm really happy with this G100. It's a really versatile camera, and I like it better than the ZV-1. Like, we took the ZV-1 back. I got this. I'm like, all right, we're going to get rid of that one because I don't care for it. 50, let me see. There was a question here. Tuna Tech, what were you saying which one has issues with live streaming? Kenneth Ocampo, hey, thanks for stopping by. King Sing, what are my top 5 BlackBerry phones? Well, they're all basically more newer ones. So the Classic is my favorite. I also like the Passport. I like the Q10. I like the Z30. And if you want to ask that question, are you talking about like Porsche models too? Because I love the P9983 and I have that one on the way. I'm really excited about getting that. I had one before, and I got rid of it because it was only 4G, not LTE, and it had the Arabic keyboard on it, but it also had the smaller English letters, so I tolerated it and I got a good price on it. But ultimately, I ended up selling it because it didn't do LTE. So this new one is actually one of the small ones that actually works on US LTE. It's got the regular English keyboard. It's the Carbon edition, and I'm super excited about it. It should be here, I think, on the 11th. So I'll probably do a live stream when that shows up too, because I'm really excited about it. The Curve was good, yes. The Classic, of course, the 8800 was one of my favorites as well too. So there's a lot of different Blackberries, but at the end of the day, I mean, of course, yes, the keyboard is king, and I really think they got it right. If the Classic came out first instead of the Q10, I think it would have done a lot better. Like, a lot of people really didn't want to get rid of their 8800 for the all touchscreen version of the Q10 and not have the tool belt with the trackpad there, even with the touchscreen. And wow, 43 viewers in here right now. So thanks a lot for all you here who are here. And if you're just getting in here, be sure if you're interested, hit the like and the subscribe button, and also the membership button there as well if you want to become a channel member. Man, lots of questions here. Digital Slang, been using the Canon 80D on my streams. Battery's incredible. Man, that's crazy. You can get 4 hours of streaming. That's legitimate. So that's cool. I've heard a lot of good things about Canons. I know that Jeff El Jefe uses a Canon as well. You see, William Kingston, I find my BlackBerry Q1 having big thumbs and hands. I'm forever accidentally hitting the Android. Yeah, so they really need to get rid of those capacitive buttons, and that's something that I don't think will be there with the whole, I mean, we're all swipe gestures now, so I'm expecting this to start with Android 11. Like, I really hope so. If it starts with Android 10, people are going to give it some serious flack, but I expect it to be Android 11. But it will be all swipe gesture based. So I'm hoping those capacitive buttons should be gone, because those have kind of gone the way of the Dodo. But yeah, I love the Classic keyboard. The Passport, I like it for what it is, but I didn't like that it didn't have that fourth row. Like, I need my symbols in my Alt key. So if they can find a way to make it like a little bit smaller Passport, then I'll be totally happy. Let me see here. Rico Rich. Full disclosure, I was more a QWERTY keyboard fan before I got a BlackBerry, primarily because I used the one left that's making physical keyboards. Yeah. And the other thing too is I would be totally on board if they make another Android-based BlackBerry. Like, I mean, not Android, but touchscreen. I really love the Z30. It's been really cool playing with it here recently. I would be totally happy with maybe a second or third model if On Mobility can make that many phones, if they make an all touchscreen. And I even like the BlackBerry Motion, that BlackBerry mobile motion device. That one was good too. I think it was a little too late, and I think they were a little bit too much money for it. But yeah, I've got one of those too. Solid phone, really good Android device. And see Jeff here. He picked up the A5100 for $175 locally. Hey, that's a great deal. So yeah, look forward to see what you get from that. And I know you've got your Canon there. So yeah, Sony and Canon, you can't go wrong. And that's a really good price to get that for that. Especially, yeah, with the Sigma lens. The Sigma lens is nice. Rico, I've currently got the Unihertz Titan. I still have the Key 1 and Passport. So interesting thing here. So if y'all saw, I did make videos on the Unihertz Titan. I sold it after I made about 5 videos on it, just because it wasn't necessarily my cup of tea, but I've had some interest in it, and I wanted to take a look at it again. And I sent an email to Unihertz, and I said, hey, would y'all be interested in sending me a Titan so I can make some more videos on it? And they said, no, we're not going to send you a Titan, but would you be interested in the Titan 2? And I said, yes, I would be very interested in the Titan 2. But they don't have one to send me right now. It's not available or ready yet. And they told me when the new Titan 2 does come out that they're going to send me one. So that's super cool. So those of you who do like the the Unihertz Titan and are interested in it, they are apparently going to make a second one as long as things hold up. And when they do, I will be getting one. So I'm really excited about that. King Sing, yes. So the P9983, it has both. So it has metal. I think it might be an aluminum frame, maybe steel. I don't know. I'd have to look at it. But it also has a plastic body on it as well. And the plastic keys. Actually, it has something called serial keys. It's I don't really know what material that is, but they're really nice. Like I said, I had one before with the Arabic version that I had, and it was super cool. So I'm really looking forward to that. How focused do you think BlackBerry will be on making the cameras better? So there is a big emphasis this go around. Like they know that the cameras have been lacking with the previous devices. Camera is, I don't want to say camera is king right now, but if you look at the camera game and all these other phones, like they're not going to be able to show up and have a crap camera. Like they're just not going to be able to. And when I talked to Peter in the interview that I did with him, he said that they're looking to put a flagship quality camera in there. So I fully expect it to be a flagship quality level camera. Like it's not going to be something they're going to cheap out on. So I'm hoping to finally have a BlackBerry that I can take really good pictures with, and that would be amazing. Retethered Tech, hey, thanks for stopping by. Jojo88, will I be reviewing the PS5? So if I can get my hands on one, I mean, eventually I will. Here's the thing. At launch, I was not able to get one on pre-order. I tried and I tried and I tried. I tried on Target. I tried on Best Buy. I had it in my cart. I kept hitting checkout over and over and over and over again for like half an hour and kept giving me the same pop-up message that says, you know, high traffic, can't process, please try again. I kept hitting it and hitting it over and over and over. Never got through. After like half an hour, it just took it out of my cart and it was like, okay, no PlayStation 5 for me. Same thing happened with the Xbox Series X. Oh, goodness. So, also, am I for the PS5 or Xbox? I'm totally for both. I'm all about it. My whole life, I've had the Nintendo. I've had the Sega. I've had the Super Nintendo, the PlayStation. I still have my Sega Saturn, which is my most favorite console of all time. I recently bought another Dreamcast so I could play that as well. Right now, I have the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, and I have a PC. I mean, shoot, my computer's running a 2080 Super. So ultimately, I will have the PlayStation 5. I will have the Xbox Series X, and I totally am for both of them. I also have the Nintendo Switch. I love playing that too. So 50 State, though, probably a better question. Do you prefer PlayStation or Xbox? I prefer Xbox, but I play both. So here's the thing. The PlayStation 5, from what I've seen, is going to have just over an 800 gigabyte hard drive. That is very concerning for me because if you play like Call of Duty, you know it takes up like 200 gigabytes. So games are getting bigger. The more, the high definition textures, the 4K, all of these things take up a lot of space. So the problem I foresee with there being a Xbox or a PlayStation with an 800 gigabyte hard drive, one, I think we're being ripped off. It should be at least a terabyte. Ideally, it should be 2 terabytes minimum, especially when you have these consoles that are not going to have disk drives where everything is going to have to be downloaded and installed onto the drive. I mean, it just has to be for things to run as fast as they need to. So that is essential at this point. I get that. But I think an 800-something gigabyte hard drive is just absolutely terrible. I think that I have a 1 terabyte in my Xbox One, and it's like, okay, I've got like 5 games installed, and I have no room left. So I'm not happy about that at all. I think that it really should have at least, I mean, to be respectable, and come on, you're going to charge me $400 or $500 for this thing. At least put a terabyte. Storage is not that expensive. So, yeah, I wish that both of them had a 2, but it is what it is. You'll be able to install a couple games on there. King Sing Adam, will you get the new Unihertz Jelly too? So I don't know. I thought about it, and I've been hesitant to ask them. I'm sure if I asked them, they'd probably send me one. I've been so swamped lately, and I've had much bigger ticket items that I've had to cover than to be able to do something like the Unihertz Jelly, because I'm a one-man shop. I create my own videos, I edit my own videos, I manage my social media and my Twitter stuff all day long. It's a lot of work. So, like right now, I've got one I'm fixing to do an unboxing on and test it out, and it's the new mobile G5. So I'll have that coming out here sometime in the future. But yeah, it's just really, there's only so much energy and time that I have in one day. I mean, I work a 40, 50-hour a week job. I have 6 kids. I have 2 dogs. And then I make 5, 6 videos a week plus the live streams. So I only have so much time to cover things. So I probably won't cover the Jelly 2. But I mean, if you want me to look at it and give you some thoughts and impressions, then yeah. Jobo, go live and play Among Us. Yeah, I'm going to do some of that. So that's one of the things like with the membership tier that I have. So with the memberships, there's like the regular membership, there's like the second level. The third level is, yes, I'll plan on doing some gaming events. So if people subscribe to the highest tier that I have, I will be having members only gaming events, and Among Us is one of the games to be playing with people. And also, yeah, I mean, I did one the other day where I put it out on Twitter and I was like, hey, going live on Among Us. So I'm going to do some more of that stuff as I have time as well for people who want to play. So just be on the lookout for that stuff, especially in the community tab. Steve Yvette's, I dug up my PS1. Yeah, totally cool. I had the PS1. I actually remember I bought the PS1 Mini or whatever it was called. The one that had the flip-up screen where you could play it and you didn't need a TV. I was deployed to Oman back in 2002. And when I got there, I bought that PS1 that had the screen so I could play Final Fantasy VII and other games in my tent, in my little 6 foot by 6 foot tent cubicle I lived in for months. So, yes, very, very good times I had with the PlayStation. And El Jefe. Yeah, I'm definitely not a major celebrity. I'm not even a minor celebrity. And it was funny because I saw Travis MCP had posted that he got recognized when he went to Best Buy the other day, and I followed up and made a joke. I get recognized when I go to Best Buy too, but that's because I go on there and buy stuff all the time, and I have for like 20 years, so that they all know who I am there. Do I plan on uploading video game content? It would be cool if you could play The Last of Us multiplayer. Okay, so I probably won't ever be uploading like review kind of content when it comes to video games. One, it's just too time consuming, and I don't have time to play the games. Like if I had more time to play the games, then yeah, maybe I would do more focused content and talk about some of that stuff because yeah, who doesn't love video games? I do. But I mean, could I do a live stream where maybe I offer my thoughts on something, or maybe that'd be a talking point of a live stream? Sure, maybe if it's a big game. And like I bought The Last of Us 2. I played it the day I got it for like 3 hours, and I have not turned it on since. So that tells you how much video gaming I've been able to do lately. What PlayStation 5 games are you looking forward to in the future? So I don't know if they're going to do console exclusives with it, but of course the new Resident Evil games. Resident Evil is absolutely my favorite. I know they have Resident Evil 8 coming out. So I would like to say I'm looking forward to that, but I really didn't like Resident Evil 7 with the whole first-person aspect. Like, I liked the premise, but the story was just so completely out in left field with Resident Evil 7, and I feel the same about Resident Evil 8. So I will likely play it, but I'm not as excited about it as I would be a mainline title. Like, I've really been interested in and enjoying the Resident Evil remake games because, of course, the original trilogy is my favorite. I'm hoping they come out with a Resident Evil Code Veronica remake because that was one heck of a game. I really love that. And that's one of the reasons I got a new Dreamcast so I could play it. I got that game, so I'll be playing through that when I get some time. Man, so many questions here. Wow, 82 people viewing right now. So thanks a lot for everybody who's here. If you enjoy the live stream and the time here, be sure you hit the like and the subscribe button if you're interested in. And then, of course, the new membership is there for the channel. And then super chats are also always appreciated as well. Steve Yvette's, I have the mobile screen on my PS2. Yeah, that's totally cool. I had the mobile screen for my Xbox and for my GameCube back in the day. And, I'm not in the military anymore and I've retired. And my old supervisor doesn't watch this, but I used to take it out to work. I worked the dispatch desk for like years. I was a military police in the Air Force, security forces. I worked the dispatch desk a lot. And, sitting there from 5 p.m. to 6 a.m., not a whole lot to do between the hours of 11 p.m. and 5 a.m. So I would take my GameCube up there sometimes, or my Xbox, or my gaming laptop. So yeah, those mobile screens back in the day were clutch. We used to have this truck. We sat on the flight line to watch the airplanes because we used to have to guard the fighter aircraft. And we would have this red line that went around the entire area, and people couldn't come in there. And I would be out there stuck watching 10, 20 airplanes by myself, sitting in a truck all night. And this was back in the early 2000s. We didn't have smartphones back then. We didn't have cool stuff. So what I did was I actually took my Xbox or my GameCube out there, and I ran a power inverter up under the hood and connected it to the battery with the battery cables. And then I would plug in the screen, and I would plug in my Xbox, or not my Xbox back then, but like my GameCube. And I would sit out on the flight line watching these airplanes, trying not to get caught from my supervisor playing like Mario and stuff like that. But either way, that was a long time ago. Back then I had my compact iPack, which was huge because I would put like 15 songs on there and listen to it. So yeah, I've been into. I mean, my very first military paycheck I got after I got out of basic training and came home. I went and I dropped like $400 on that compact iPack, which was like the handheld PDA that was Windows CE based back in the day. So I've got a lot of experience in street cred when it comes to tech. Jeff, I get recognized when I go to the taqueria. Yeah. Oh man. I went tonight and I had some Tex-Mex, but that was one thing I really enjoyed, like back prior to 2020, was going out to eat, taking my family out to eat, going out to the mall on the weekend, walking around, and just, I'm sure everybody else did, but I really enjoyed going out to eat on the weekend, so I miss taking my family out to do that. Kenneth, hey sir, have you played? I've not played the Persona games before. I've been interested in them, but I've never actually played them. So maybe one day here. Zinx the Demon Slayer, I just ate a sandwich with mustard and jam. What kind of jam? Because hopefully it wasn't like strawberry jam and mustard, because I don't think that I could get jiggy with that, personally. Can you do a Deadpool impression? No, I've never tried a Deadpool impression. I've seen the Deadpool movies. I don't even know what a Deadpool impression would look like, other than me getting like shot or something and then regrowing a limb. But I don't know. Steve Vets, I play Mario Kart at work. Hey, Mario Kart's great. I've been playing Mario Kart for like absolutely forever. And I like playing it on mobile too. I did take a break from it here a while back because I was playing it all the time and I got tired of the same maps over and over. So yeah, if they could find some way to like grow it and make it more like the console, then I would like that more. But as far as like the mobile one, it's fun for a while, and then you get kind of burnt out on it. King Sing, will you get the Huawei P40 or P40 Pro? What do you think of those phones? So I like those phones a lot, and I respect them from the perspective of. Let me fix my focus here. It looks a little blurry. Of course, I can't. It's just so delayed, I can't see. See if it fixes. All right, maybe that fixes some. I think it's the lighting. I'll turn the light back on. So as far as the Huawei phones, I like them a lot. I respect what they do with their devices, but they just don't come here to the U.S., and I can't get them to send me one because they can't ship their devices into the U.S. So would I love to get my hands on one? Totally, I would. I like them a lot. When I was at CES back in January, I got to see the P30 and the P30 Pro, and they are legit. Like, they make some really good devices. Like, when you talk about a lot of straight up Chinese manufacturers that don't have a brand that they get launched here in the US, like Samsung and Samsung South Korea, so I don't want to say that, but like Xiaomi and things like that, they make really good phones. They just don't find their way over here. And the P30, the P20, like, they have set the bar with some of the stuff they've done with their cameras. But I know they've got issues with being able to like Google services and things like that now because of the state of affairs with them and the US support. So will I get one? No. Would I love to get one? I totally would. If you're looking for some impressions, check out Red Skull on YouTube. He's got one, and I know he likes to do a lot of camera comparisons and does stuff like that. So check him out and go look and see what his impressions are on it. Because I know he's got one, or he had mentioned having one. I know he put a video out here recently. And it's been almost an hour already. It's ridiculous how fast these live streams go by. And totally, I appreciate all of y'all stopping in to hang out with me tonight. And, of course, it's cool, too, because today is a big celebration for me with the 7 million views and then also the 34,000 subscribers. At the beginning of the year, if you had asked me where I thought I was going to be, like, I kind of set a goal at the beginning of January. I thought, you know what? My goal for this year is going to be 10,000 subscribers and like 2 million views. Because it took me 2 years and 4 months to get my first million. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to shoot for 2 million total views this year. I think I'm going to get to 10,000 subscribers. And then like February and March happened, and like everything like went down. Like it was just not going well. Views were down, subscriptions had slowed down tremendously. So I didn't think, and like if you asked me the first week of March, I did not think I was going to get to 10,000 subscribers at all. And then here, from January to the first week of November, I've added 30,000 subscribers, and yeah, I mean 7 million views. It's just I never in my wildest dreams would have imagined that I would be in this position right now. And you know, of course, that's all because of the support that I get from the community and people watching, and I totally appreciate everybody. So that's great. I'm very glad you're the type of guy who goes through and reads the chat. Yeah, I mean, that's what the purpose is for live stream. Like, I'm not doing a live stream so I can sit here and y'all can just watch me talk for an hour. I want to be able to interact with you guys, here to answer questions, of course, talk about tech stuff. And then, yeah, sometimes there are topics that are more data or topic driven that I start off with. But really, I just wanted to get on here, hang out with you guys, test out some of the streaming stuff again. And then, yeah, it's a good time to get on here and talk with everybody. So I know being a subscriber to other YouTubers and other people, it's nice to be able to get some time to ask questions and to talk. It's not unilateral. Like it's a community. I look at YouTube and my reviews as a way to connect with people who enjoy the content and to be able to answer questions. Like I get a lot of comments from people that are like, wow, I can't believe you responded to my comment in like 30 minutes at like 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm always on my phone. So if I get a notification, I'm up till like 3 o'clock in the morning. Like I don't sleep well. So I'm up till like 3 and then I get up at like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, there are times that people are in other time zones, people leave comments. Like if I get a notification, likely, I mean, if it's a thoughtful or comment or question that somebody has, I'm going to respond to it the best that I can. So I really like being able to engage with people. So it's a benefit for me. Like I'm a social person. I am very much introverted. I don't like to go places, but I like to talk with people. So being able to make video stuff and then have an audience that cares about what I have to say about it and me being able to answer questions, it's something I really enjoy. Yeah, digital slang. Yeah, nailed on the head. Interaction makes streams all the more fun. Like the more people that are in here talking, like the more fun it is for me to be able to sit here and answer questions. Tech for your needs. What is the one thing you can share that you've learned being a content creator? Well, I don't think that there's necessarily one magic bullet or one thing. I mean, I've learned a lot of things. I mean, I learn things on a weekly basis. I guess it really depends on the perspective you're looking at that from. Like, if it's somebody who wants to start a YouTube channel, like the biggest thing I've learned is like, look, just hit the record button. And then everything from there kind of flows. Like I started off making all of my videos on a phone. I didn't even edit them. Like, if you go back and look at my old videos, for like the first year and a half, I was not even on the camera. It was like happy hands, like sitting there holding something and talking about it. I didn't have an external microphone, just like the whole top down thing. I had terrible lighting. I had a dingy looking table in a kitchen telling my kids and dogs to be quiet and go in the other room so I could make a video and hope that it went well in one take, because I didn't even know how to edit. Like I had no concept. So I have learned a whole lot since then. But for people that are looking to get into it, look, you've got all you need in your hand. If you've got a phone that was made in like the last 3 years, you can make a decent quality video with just a phone. I mean, if you're worried about it, like buy a $15 tripod and buy a $10 lav mic that has a cord and plug it into the bottom, and you can make content. Everything else kind of comes along with it, like lighting and sound and improvement. And find out if you enjoy it, because a lot of people have this idea of starting out making a channel, and then they talk about it for forever, and they spend like 6 months. You have like 6 months that people are like planning on starting a channel, and then they never even make the first video. So it's all about making the first video, and then just look, don't worry about the criticism. Like everybody who makes videos gets criticism. Everybody has bad comments. Everybody has dislikes. And then, you grow into the community that you started. And like El Jefe down there says, now you have many of us to help out with questions. Yeah. Look, put your shingle out there. Start making videos, and you'll find yourself that there are other people who do this that appreciate the fact that you're starting out, you're putting yourself out there, you're trying to make content, and they'll help you, or you can reach out and talk to people. So I've asked a lot of people a lot of times. I'm like, hey, what about this, or hey, what about that, or how do I do this, or what do you think about this? And you can use other creators as a sounding board. So it's a great community full of tons and tons of people. So the world is a lot bigger than you think it is whenever you start recording things, and it's more than just hitting that record button the first time. So just do what you enjoy. As long as you do what you enjoy, then you're always having a good time. I mean, yeah, there are certain times I'm sitting here at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, I don't want to be doing this right now. I just want to go to sleep, but I have to get something put out. So yeah, there are times, just like with anything that you enjoy, that it's not always fun, but as long enjoying it and being something you care about is what keeps you committed. Oh goodness, man, it's already been over an hour already. So I think I'm probably going to go ahead and get ready to wrap up here. I mean, if there's any last minute questions, then I'll go ahead and try and answer those before I get out the door. But of course, my camera only streams for about an hour and a half, hour and 20. So yeah, I don't have too much longer, but I'm getting ready to close up shop. King Singh, do you think it's worth getting the Porsche Design P9981? No, I do not, because in the United States, like, all 3G networks are going away. It's all going to be LTE and 5G. So like when you look at T-Mobile starting January 1st, a 3G phone would not work on their network. So if you're overseas and you still have a 3G network, then maybe. But yeah, even with like the Blackberry 10 devices, they're so dated at this point when it comes to the browser and apps. Unless it's just for your collection and maybe making a phone call, then sure, go ahead and buy one if you're a big fan. But I would not recommend very many people buy a Porsche Design 9981 at this point. Rohan Leander, when's the next stream? So I don't know. I will be doing some more often stream stuff now that I'm getting the setup and getting the hang of it. And yeah, I enjoy doing this, so it's a lot of fun. I had originally planned on being on tomorrow. I mean, I may still. I mean, this is not going to be an everyday thing. I've just been kind of working this out, and I've just been having a lot of fun with it the last couple of days. Like, I totally was not trying to do this the other day. I was trying to get OBS set up with it, and I accidentally hit the record button. And I didn't realize like a minute into it that I was actually streaming. And then so many people showed up, like tonight. Like, I just hit the record button. I hit start, and we've got 54 people in here right now. But there was over 60 people in here a minute ago, which is just crazy to me. So yeah, I'll probably plan something out a little bit better. I may do this again tomorrow night. I wouldn't expect Monday or Tuesday, and then I have my regular live stream with my buddy English Dan when we do our Unhinged Tech Show on Wednesday. So I might do this again tomorrow, depending, just because I've got some review stuff I got to get ready, so I'm not working behind the power curve Monday and Tuesday. So yeah, possibly tomorrow, but if not tomorrow, it'll probably be later on next week, other than my weekly show that I do on Wednesday night. And I'm supposed to be on the podcast, I believe, with Blackberry Brad on Thursday. So whenever he gives me some more information that I can share with people, he asked me to come on his podcast on Thursday. So I think that's going to be happening. So that'll be fun. Popnowski Productions, let's play everything. What I think about the election. Well, I think it doesn't have a whole lot to do with what I'm here to talk about on the live stream. I don't really want to talk politics. I'll tell you, I respect the process, and no matter the outcome, we have a democratic society here that is built on a solid foundation of voting for our elected officials. So whatever plays out, then that's what happens, and I'll support it either way. But that's my philosophy on it. Thanks a lot, Digital Slang, for stopping by. I'm going to try and hop in on your live stream here in a little bit. So super cool that you're doing that. So good luck with your stream. I hope it works well. And thanks a lot for the kind words there, Zinx the Demon Slayer. So yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it a night, just because it's like 10 minutes past being an hour on here already. I think I am going to try and do this again tomorrow night, probably around the 8 o'clock time frame again. Thanks for stopping by, Jeff. Kingston, can you do a video of the top 5 or 10 BlackBerry phones? Yeah, I can totally do that. I might have to order 1 or 2 of them if I'm going to make like a serious video about it. But yeah, I could totally make one about the top 5 like favorite BlackBerry 10 devices because I've got those. Well, I will when my Porsche device gets here. But yeah, new BlackBerry video coming soon. Of course, my BlackBerry Porsche will be here next week. Really excited about that. And yeah, thanks so much for everybody stopping by tonight. And if you can, please feel free to hit the like button on the video before you call tonight. And if you enjoyed this and you're not already a subscriber, hit the subscribe button. If you want to support the channel even more, you're always welcome to become a member. And thank you all so much for being here tonight. I'll see y'all again soon. Again, like I said, maybe tomorrow night. If not, it'll probably be later next week after my Wednesday night stream and Thursday night podcast. So y'all have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe and take care of yourselves. And I will see y'all again soon. So have a good night.